That's so sweet. Yeah. Oh. I don't think a drink would stop them. I'm afraid to give it to her because I don't want her to choke.
Oh yeah, with her having the hiccups.
With her having hiccups, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I
kind of want to wait till she gets over the hiccups to finish feeding her. Oh goodness! Did that give you the hiccups that bad? And she's sleeping with them.
Yeah.
You know. You are so funny. Yeah.
Here's Lilybug. She was born on February 17th at 12:36 p.m. by C-section. She is 19.5 inches long and she weighed 6 pounds 7 ounces. Yeah. Hi guys. So this is going to be, I guess, sort of my labor and delivery update for you guys. I look extremely exhausted. I am. I didn't get that good of sleep last night. So while she's napping, I figured I would do this video real quick. And here she is. This is the only way that I can really get any sleep, is as long as she's cradled up against me. We've tried just laying her in her bassinet that's attached to her play yard, or even in her crib, and she doesn't like it. Like, she wakes up within like 15 minutes. She's not a fan of her bouncer. I hope she eventually likes that here pretty soon. We do have her swing, but the battery somehow went dead in it, and it's never even been used. So I don't know if one of my boys were playing with it and it just got left on. But she sleeps like a little angel. My hair looks like a mess. I got me a shower this morning, and as soon as I took my son to school, I got home, and I just left her in her car seat because I knew she would stay asleep for a little bit for me to, you know, get cleaned up myself. And I was going to actually straighten my hair today because I'm feeling pretty much normal, back to myself. But as soon as I was like almost finished, she started waking up, so my hair's wet. I'm still going to try to blow dry it and straighten it today. So anyways, my labor and delivery video. I went in for my C-section on February 17th. I got to the hospital at 9 o'clock or just shortly after. And, she's so cute. She makes noises too. She goes, in her sleep. But I got to the hospital about 9 o'clock. I got up to the labor and delivery floor within like 35 minutes. I had undressed, got in the gown. They got me hooked up to the monitors, took some blood, gave me an IV. One of my veins blew. It was, I don't know if you can see, probably not, because this is going to be, no, you can't see. It's in my forearm. I've never had issues with my veins, but for some reason the vein on my arm blew, and they ended up having to give it to me on top of my hand, which I've never had an IV there before, but it wasn't bad at all. My C-section was scheduled for me to go back in the OR and have her at, what time was it? Not getting any sleep. My mind is just totally confused and forgetful now. 12:30, I think, or 12, something like that. Anyways, my doctor was about 30 minutes late, and anyways, she was delivered at 12:36 p.m. and she was perfectly healthy, perfectly normal. Her cry was really weak at first, but then she yelled out this huge cry. It was so loud. She actually came out peeing, which was pretty funny. I do have some pictures of the C-section posted on my Facebook page. They are graphic, so if you can't handle seeing, you know, open wounds, incisions, things like that, I don't suggest you go and try to look at them. Some people have a weaker stomach than others. But it has now been, let's see, Lily turned a week old yesterday. And today is Tuesday, so she's a week and 1 day today. And she's overall a really good baby. She, you know, cries when she wants to be held. She's definitely a mommy's girl. She knows my voice. she starts crying, I could be like, hang on, mommy's coming, and she'll instantly stop crying until I pick her up. But yes, and her umbilical cord is fixing to fall off. It is just barely hanging on. I've only put alcohol on it one time, besides what the hospital has done. So it's fixing to come off now, which is pretty much on schedule, right at a week. I think Caleb's was 2 weeks, so his stayed on for a little bit longer. She was jaundiced when she was born, well, a couple days after she was born. They told me she was like a level 4, which that can get all the way up into like 20, I think. So hers is really low. It's not too bad. But that is starting to go away now. She's getting a little more pink tone to her skin. And she can wear newborn everything perfectly. Some things are a little big that are newborn because she was so tiny. She's dreaming. I did hear her laugh in her sleep one time, and it was so cute. Like, she was sleeping, and I didn't think babies laugh this early. She is drinking, let's see, in the hospital she was getting the Similac Advance ready to feed, and now she is drinking the Enfamil Newborn, and she is drinking 2 ounces of that, and I burp her halfway, so she'll get burped twice. And she's a really good burper. Like, most of the time I can just go to lift her up after I've fed her, and she'll burp on her own before I even, start patting her back. So that's really good. Let's see what else. She sleeps a good 3-4 hours, and then she will wake up for a good 2, I'll say. So I'm getting some pretty decent sleep at night. So far, the last 2 nights, she's been waking up maybe 1 or 2 times, mostly just one time. It really just depends on if I go to bed late or early. Like last night I went to bed early, so she woke up 2 or 3. Actually, last night wasn't a good night. That's why I'm so exhausted today. She woke up a little bit more last night, but she was kind of like in and out of it, because last night I was trying to lay her in the bassinet that's attached to the play yard, and she just wasn't having it. And then whenever I went back to the bed with her, because we're co-sleeping with her right now, just because she won't sleep by herself. So we've been doing that. The first couple nights after we got home with her, I slept here in this chair with her, just like this. So I'd be waking up in the mornings like this with my head cocked over to the side, and I'd have a crick in my neck, which I feel like I got one on the left side right now. But I'm trying to get adjusted, the best I can, and get into a new normal routine. Having 3 kids is very busy, and it's been very manageable, though. Caleb is really good, and he's old enough to help out. And my oldest is at school right now, and he's definitely a big helper, because he's 8 years old, so. And plus my husband, when I had Caleb, my husband was an over-the-road truck driver, so it was just me, Timothy, and Caleb after I had Caleb, because my husband being on the road, he was only home on the weekends. So that was a little rough, but I got through it, and my husband is working local now, and he's home every night, gets home around like between 4 and 6 in the afternoon. So that's really good because I've got him, here helping me out. But yeah, my incision has healed really nicely. My blood pressure did drop during delivery, but it was like 88/60 something. Actually, what I had found out is the spinal blocks. They're trying to figure out a new way to help patients that go in for C-sections where the spinal blocks do not cause your blood pressure to drop, because that's what happens, and they have to give you 3 bags of fluid before you go in for your C-section, and it's fast, like it's going through you really, really quick. I was having to pee every 5 to 10 minutes, the more and more I got. But everything went really, really good besides that during surgery. I felt, the snipping and the cutting, but not any pain. I felt them mash down on my stomach when they were pushing her out, and I cried as soon as I heard her cry, and it was a very sweet moment because I instantly thought of my mom, like how proud she would be, see Lily herself if she was still here. But the boys are doing really good around her. My oldest is adjusting really well. Caleb is he's coming around, you know. First couple days he wasn't really, you know, into it or anything. He didn't want to touch her, really kiss her or anything. I think he was kind of intimidated by her size maybe, or just like, you know, well, what's that little thing? But he's been, you know, actually bringing me her bottles and stuff and her pacifiers and wanting to help out. And I let him help out as much as he wants to, so that he doesn't feel like he's kind of brushed off to the side, because he's, you know, he's still my baby too. So that's been really hard. I am experiencing the baby blues, which sucks bad. I guess it's just because your hormones, you know, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm trying to adjust the best I can, hoping that the baby blues go away. It's not really postpartum depression. I've actually heard postpartum depression and baby blues are two totally different things, because postpartum depression is a lot more severe, and you get to the point where you don't have an appetite, you don't want to look at your baby, you don't want to hold your baby, you have thoughts of suicide, you have thoughts of killing your baby, just crazy, crazy things. And I don't have those, you know, symptoms or side effects, I should say. Mine is more of just kind of sad, and, you know, I feel like my time is taken away from Caleb because I'm having to focus so much on Lily. And my husband's at work, so Caleb's just kind of like doing his own thing. But he does really good with himself playing. And then when Bubba gets home, you know, he kind of takes over and he occupies and entertains Caleb. And then when Daddy gets home, they get, you know, like full force Daddy attention. My husband, with him working, he does sleep through the night. If, you know, I need him to help me with something, he will. But otherwise, I pretty much just do it myself, because I want him to get his rest. He drives a gasoline truck, and you know, I don't want him losing any sleep, you know, delivering gasoline. That can be a dangerous job alone, so. Yeah, but we are doing good, and hopefully here in the next couple weeks I'll be better. Maybe the baby blues will be gone. I did go through the same thing after I had Caleb. Okay, sorry about that. I just had the mailman ring the doorbell. I had a package delivered from Infamil. So I went on ahead and laid Lily down. This is also another way that I can actually get some stuff done without having to hold her, is if she falls asleep. I can cradle her right here on the corner of the couch. And normally she'll be okay like that for at least 30 minutes. So, yeah, I am breastfeeding too. I wasn't going to, but my boobs got so engorged and painful that I was like, okay, I've got to express this milk. And I didn't want to throw it away and, you know, or anything like that, because, I mean, that's milk. And we don't qualify for WIC, so, and obviously that is the best thing for your baby. So, I ended up getting a Medela handheld breast pump, and that's been working great. So we're kind of doing both formula and breastfeeding. I'm only giving her the breast milk as soon as my boobs get engorged, and I pump, and then I just give it to her. Other than that, she's also getting the Infamil newborn formula. My boobs have been cracking and pilling and bleeding from the pumping, but my milk supply is okay. I don't know if, I mean, I guess it could be better. Right now I can pump a full 3 ounces on both breasts. So that's okay, because she's drinking 2 ounces as it is. But whenever I gave her her first bottle of breast milk, 2 ounces did not fill her up. She took the full 3 and did okay with it. She didn't spit up. She didn't do anything. She did get the hiccups a lot. But other than that, she didn't get sick or anything. I was really worried about giving her that breast milk, because I had been on pain medicine when I was in the hospital from having my C-section, and I was worried about that passing into my milk and me feeding it to her. But everybody that I've talked to have said that that's, you know, not a concern, you know, that all that should be out of my system by now. And, you know, a lot of people sent me links and stuff on breastfeeding tips and facts and all that. So that was very helpful and generous, and I appreciate that, and all the feedback on breastfeeding, because I've never done it before, and I've always wanted to, and I feel like my milk supply is pretty good with this baby. So, yeah, other than that, my weight was 163 last time I updated you guys, and now I'm down to 143, 144, so I've lost, you know, up in the teens, 16, 17 pounds, something like that. So I'm just, see, my pre-pregnancy weight before I got pregnant with her was 136, 137, so I'm, you know, less than 10 pounds away from that, so that's really good. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything. My incision is healing nicely. They took my staples out on, let's see, was it this past Friday? Let me think. Yes, it was this past Friday. So I had them taken out 5 days later after my surgery. And I'm healing up really, really nicely. My incision is already closed. However, when I was having my staples taken out, you lose all your filling down there in the lower part of your stomach because all your nerve endings and everything are cut into, so you don't feel anything for a few weeks anyways. I mean, the filling will slowly come back, but I had some blisters on the right side of my stomach, which wasn't even near my incision area, and I didn't even know they were there until the nurse had told me when she was taking my staples out, and she kind of had a look on her face like, ooh, that looks uncomfortable, that looks painful, because it's like right there where your panty line is, and you know, you're wearing your pants and stuff. So I told her, she was like, well, I noticed some moisture there, but I didn't, you know, I knew it wasn't from the incision because it's obviously not on the incision. She said, but these blisters you've had have burst, and it's causing moisture to build up. And the only thing that I could gather from the blistering is they had sent me home with these little, they look like alcohol pads, but they're called adhesive tape remover pads, from where they had this like foam tape stuff up against my incision. It was a dressing they had to put up against it that I took off the next day after my surgery when I was showering. And so whenever I took that off, I had some sticky stuff all over my belly. So I was using one of those pads when I got home to rub off some of that stuff, and I only tried it on that right side right there, and I developed an allergic reaction to it. So that's what that was. But it's getting better. I'm hoping recovery goes just as good as it did with Caleb this time around, which actually, to me, it feels like it's gone by a lot better, because I'm already back up on my feet, moving at a normal pace. It doesn't even feel like I had a C-section. So I'm doing really good as far as that part goes. The swelling has went away in my feet already. They're down to their normal size. I can see the bones in my feet. I can see my ankles. I don't have cankles anymore. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show you guys my belly for 1 week and 1 day out from having Lily. I'm trying to see because there's a glare behind me. So here is the belly. So I got my regular shorts on, but I can't button them. But here's the belly. So I got a little bit, got a little ways to go. But like I said, in a couple weeks that'll be gone. So I think I have addressed everything. If anybody has any questions or comments, leave those below, or you can inbox me if I left anything out. Question me, I'll be glad to answer it. I will do her 1 month update soon as that time gets closer. Other than that, I do have some pictures for you guys that I can show you from the hospital. If you don't want to go over to my Facebook page, I'll try to get all those gathered up in a video slideshow for you guys to watch. So yeah, I will talk to you all soon. Bye guys.